Hello and welcome to another Minesweeper video with me, Minesleeper ASMR. And today I thought I'd set myself a bit more of a challenge, and I've increased the number of mines in this expert grid from 99 to 150, and I want to see if I can clear all 150 mines before you fall asleep. So that's why my voice is quiet and relaxed, hopefully get you ready to chill to sleep. So let's start. I am not that optimistic about this, to be honest, because 150 mines is quite a lot for this size of board, and it generally means that a lot of the time I'll be facing decisions which is purely chance. And there's not much that I can really do about that. I just have to pick a square that's yet to be uncovered and hope for the best. And if you have to do 50-50 chances every three or so times a game, the odds of you getting them all correct are pretty slim. So I thought I'd try 150 just a few times, and if it doesn't look likely, then I'll lower the number of mines. So we're getting to a point here now where there's not a lot really I can do without guessing. I can probably try and work out the probability of where the safe squares are versus the mines. Let's see if we can do anything here. Well, I'm struggling a bit here, maybe over here. We need 2 mines in these 4 tiles here to make sure that then there are 3 that are touching this number 3. And working with this number 3 beside it, which also needs a mine. Maybe they share one? They do. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to sort of follow similar logic here. These 5s, this one needs 3 more flags around it, and this one needs 2. So the chances of a mine either being to the side of this number 3 is higher than in the middle. And I say that, and it's the one in the middle. And that's why trying to clear 150 mines is so tough, because you can use all the logic that you like and it will still find a way to mess you up. So we'll try again and see if we can get any further. That wasn't too bad actually for a first attempt. So some of the tips that I use when I'm playing this game, and I sort of do it almost subconsciously now, I've practiced so much. But in this example we have a 4 and a 2. So we need one more mine either here or here. But it will be in either one of them. that means that the second mine for this number 2 has to be away from the number 4. Otherwise there'd be too many mines touching the 4. And it's kind of the same situation here. This 3, we need 2 more mines touching it, and they can't be here and here because then we'd have too many for this number 1. So one of them has to go here. The third mine is here or here, which means that the one to the top left must be safe. And it is. Down here is looking a bit cramped. I'm going to have to take a guess, and yeah, we got away with it. Let's see if that's the breakthrough that we need now. And yeah, we are now making a decent amount of progress. We're almost under 100 mines to go. So, you're not quite a third of the way there yet. Oh, that was close. We've already got 2 touching this number 2, so that one is safe. Look at this wall of 3s. We can just mark them all without thinking too much. And can we do anything else? Well, this 3 needs 2 more, which is inevitably going to place another mine within touching distance of this number 2. So the one to the left of the 2 has to be safe. This 1 will have its mine from either this square or this square to satisfy this number 2. So all the ones beneath it I'm going to clear. That gives you that. So there has to be a mine either here or here. That will satisfy this number 2 because there's the second mine already flagged underneath it. Oh, these 3, that can be the only way that this bottom 3 has 3 mines touching it, and it means that the 3 above it shares exactly the same mines. Okay. Again, what we can't have here is a big row. I'm looking at this number 4, and we can't have a big row up here like that because that would mean we'd have 3 mines touching this number 2 and 4 mines touching this number 3. So we can only have 2 up there. That would be mines number 2 and 3, and mine number 4 must either be here or here. And that means that there would be 3 mines touching the 3. So we can use that information to sort of help us out a little bit there. And now I'd say we're getting pretty stuck. So what's the best square? I'm sort of still thinking that this section down here needs to be sorted at some point. So why not do it now? Actually, we can do something now. Look, this number 5 is missing its 5th mine. It's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's either here or here. And again, it doesn't matter which one. But that will be the 3rd mine for this number 3. So the one to the right of it is safe. This 4 needs 1 here or here again. That means that this one is safe, this one is safe, and it's given us some more information for this part. So that's great. Well, it was a 50-50 after all, and as is often the case, I made the wrong choice, but let's try one more with 150 mines before we start dropping it. Are you still awake? Or have you already drifted off to sleep? It could be a while until I'm done here. At this rate. But we'll keep going. And I don't mind about losing. It's just something you have to accept when you play this game. What else can we do here now? Not a lot. We're at kind of a 50-50. Yeah, I just had to take a guess. Let's try one more. Let's make it a better start. This can be alright for us here, despite not uncovering much of the grid. It's given us enough clues to make some sort of progress. And it will slowly start expanding out. So this is sort of a common shape, which it's always this kind of rule where you have a gap of 2 numbers between adjacent squares, this 4 and a 2, or a 3 and a 1. You kind of need to have a lot more mines skewed towards the larger number. So although we can't really work it out yet, at least we can work out most of the left-hand side there. And hopefully we can come round to it and finish that off. What I like to do at the moment is set the grid size to be the biggest it can be, and to try and clear it with as many mines as possible. And at the moment I've managed to clear 205, and I'm trying to clear 210, and I'm sure it's impossible. I don't think it can be done, but I think I read somewhere that the world record is something like 225 mines, which is insane. The amount of luck that has to be involved in that is ridiculous. Oops. That didn't work out. One more go, and then it's time to lower the number of mines. And if there are some things that you see me do which look confusing, or you wonder how I figured it out, then please do leave a comment, and I can make a video in the future that goes over some of these little tricks in more detail. But for now, I'm just kind of racing through. I'm trying not to be too fast. It is an ASMR video after all. And I don't know if you can hear the little clicky sounds coming from the trackpad on my laptop, but it's just going every time I do a little double click. So we're coming up to almost 100 mines again. Let's see if we can break that barrier this time. I think I'll be happy if we can at least do that. I think I also saw that the record for most number of mines cleared on an expert size grid, so not the biggest that you can make it. You can make it even taller than it is now. But with this, what size is it? It's 30 by 16. I think you can make it 30 by 24. Something like that is the biggest. But the most number of mines cleared on this size of grid is 160. So we're not far off. But I don't think we're going to be breaking it today. Let's see. Is there any more progress we can make? We're slowing down. 87 mines to go. And things are looking a little bit tough here now. So we've got some big numbers which would suggest that there are lots of mines surrounding it. Can we use that to our advantage? I'm thinking that this one might be the third mine for this. Are we going to be lucky? Okay, we are. Good. That leaves 2 more mines to go around the this number 4. That didn't really give us all that much information though, did it? We're still a little bit stuck. Still stuck. Now, there's a high chance here that this number 4, well, the 4th mine, either has to be above it or beneath it diagonally. And that would mean that this number 4 would have 4 mines attached to it. But there's also a chance that this number 3 has its 3rd mine here. So that leaves me to think that this middle one here is the most likely to be safe. And of course, once again, it proves me wrong. But hey, we had to guess, and I'm not sure I would have got any in this corner. Look at that. That would have been ultimate guesswork to try and figure out which of the 2 in there were safe. Not impossible, but highly, highly unlikely. Well, if you're still awake, congratulations. I'm going to go down to 140 mines and try out a few times with this now, and it's off to a good start. Let's see if we can. I like it when there's a bit more that we can do from the beginning. Here we go. Let's see. And I need to slow down a bit. This is a relaxing video after all. But I'm so used to trying to just clear the board as quickly as I can. I need to just take a moment. So here are a pair of 4s, and they both share the same mines between them. This 2 underneath also shares these 2 mines. So this one I know must be safe because of the 2s to the side of it. There's always going to be one that's touching either this one or this one. So that one has to be safe. And I know that that one by default has to be a mine. That has to be the 2nd mine for this number 2. We'll see if we come across any more funny patterns as we uncover more of the board. But it would be good if I was able to do this with 140 mines. I've not really tried this challenge before, but I knew that 150 would be tough. I didn't know at what point it would start becoming a bit more possible. But I'd be happy at 140, and of course, as soon as I say that, we come up against a bit of a roadblock here. Oh, hang on, this 2. It's always worth checking just to see if you've overlooked something. We have this lovely corner. I like these corners with the 5. You know that all of them touching around the corner must be mines. This number 3 means that at least one of its mines will be touching the number 2. So the one to the bottom left has to be safe, and the one to its bottom left must be a mine. Did I say bottom left twice? You know what I mean, hopefully. And we're actually making a little bit more progress than I thought we would. So here we go. This looks a bit scary, but actually this number 3 already has 2 mines touching it, and the 4 still needs 3. So there's mines 2 and 3, and the 4th one has to be either here or here. So this one has to be safe. That looks like we've come to the end of the certainties now. So what can we do? Well, I'm looking at this number 1. It's still got 6 uncovered tiles, and only one of them can be a mine. There's a high probability that it's this one here because of the number 4. That's not to say that it will be. There's a 50% chance that it could be this one here because of this number 2. So already I'm thinking it could be some of those. This number 2 could also share a mine with the number 1, like here and here, for example. So I'm fairly certain that that one and that one. Yeah, and look, we've got a really clear section of mines here. Of uncovered tiles, I mean. I don't like this because I know that I'm going to be faced with a 50-50 up here. Whenever you have this kind of wall of flagged squares and a buffer of 2 squares before you get to the edge, it doesn't matter if I come round the other side. I'm not going to get any more information that I don't already know to tell me whether or not the second mine is here or here. So we're going to have to guess. And that could be a very cruel way to end what could be a fairly unlikely victory here. But 68 to go, and I'm stuck again. I'm wondering if this 3 and this 4 have this mine in common. They do. And sometimes all it takes is one correct guess, and suddenly you're making good progress again. That's a good little clump of mines. So just by seeing where these ones are placed, I know exactly where the second mines need to be for this number 2 and this number 2. And look, it means that that 2 has both of them touching it already. So that's a corner cracked. That's what we like to see. That's where the danger is. Now, do we just go for it? Oh, it had to be done at some point, and I'd rather it was sooner than later. We would have had to have had another 50-50 guess just to the square next to it. So, one more attempt at 140 mines. Let's see how we get on this time. It's definitely a lot more forgiving. It opens up a lot more space. It's a lot less relentless than 150 mines. And it's actually quite surprising that just removing a handful of mines makes such a big difference. But if we can't do it this time, I think we'll have to drop it again. And we'll see at what point I can complete it. Now, are we stuck here? I think we might be. There's nothing obvious that I can see, and actually there's not a huge amount of help. I'm just gonna guess. Okay. Do I think that this is a mine? Okay. Let's drop it down one more time to 130. After all, I'm sure some of you are desperate to go to sleep. And the fewer mines that we have, hopefully the quicker each attempt will be. And already we're getting down to almost almost 100 mines to go. Making quick progress up until a certain point, and then it all starts to go wrong. But hopefully now there'll be fewer times when it's left to chance, and if it is not successful, it's usually my error at this point. So let's see now. Well, again, we've hit a little bit of a roadblock here. And oh no! What did I say? I said it would be my error, and it was. I hope that if you've seen my guide on how to play Minesweeper, that it may have encouraged some of you to play it again. It's one of those games that was always installed on your old Windows, and especially if you were like me, a little 5-year-old boy in the 90s, you had no idea what you were meant to be doing. You just clicked until you ended up hitting a mine, and you thought that it was an impossible game. How can you win if you're just randomly clicking? But hopefully now you know that there are ways that you can solve it. Well, that has to be a mine, but that's about all I can do here now, and that one. So, where do I click? I think one of these, okay. So there probably is one here. Okay, that was a pure guess. There's definitely one here. Needs to be one there, so there's a third mine somewhere in that patch. Okay, we'll have to come back to that bit. Oh goodness. So, because of the way that this 2 is located with a mine already touching it, this 4 needs to have all of the 3 mines to its right flagged, and the 4th mine is either here, here, or here, but doesn't matter which one it is, it will be the 2nd mine for this number 2. Well, it can't be that one, it can't be that one because of this number 2, and because of this 3, the 3rd mine has to be here or here, so it can't be this one. And we've managed to kind of get out of that jam. I think that one's fine. There's a 5 with 5 mines around it. I like seeing the big numbers. As I said in my last video, there's nothing wrong with big numbers appearing in Minesweeper. It's a good thing because it means that there's a big clump of mines that you can easily flag, and it stops them from being spread around elsewhere. Okay, this will all be guesswork. So, what's the best place to go? Where's the best place to go? So, there's got to be one here, or both. That is a possibility. I think it has to be this one. Just based on the odds. That's all I was going on. And now we can try and crack this left-hand side of the board a bit more. And if you're not asleep yet, I'd be getting worried, because I might just... I'm jinxing it now. Of course I'm going to jinx it. We still got to tackle this right-hand side, and I think that's going to be an absolute mess, but stranger things have happened. Okay. And we can still do a tiny bit more. And are we coming to the end? I think so. I think with any certainty that's as much as we can do around that part. 37 mines left to go. So that's pretty good. This 5 here, well, it's got 3 mines with 3 left to be uncovered, so within that there's 2 mines. I wonder if it shares a mine with this neighbouring 5 down here. But can't do much about that for now. If this one to the side of the 3 is safe, it will give us a lot of information, and there's a 20% chance that it's a mine, an 80% chance it's safe, and it is safe. And what does that tell us? It tells us that it's likely that this one is a mine, just because of this number 5 here. And I mean, for example, it can't be that, because then suddenly we've got 4 mines touching this number 3. So there has to be one either here or here, and there has to be one either here or here. No, it doesn't. There could be 2 down here. That's right. That's the possibility. Where do we go next? So there needs to be one either here or here. I reckon it's this one. Something's telling me this one. I don't know why. It is. Okay. Phew. We are making big guesses. Do I go for it? Oh no. That one. Wow, that one wasn't a mine at all. Okay. That's surprising. Do we drop it down even further? Let's go. 120. It's time to sleep. I'm going to make sure of it. But we gave it a good go, and we really had to use a bit of internal maths, mental maths in our head to work out the probabilities there. But these are all the kinds of tips and tricks that you can use, and hopefully it helps you in your game. Let's see now. That 5, so we got 5 there. And that has to be safe. All these 1s are safe below. That 3 has been satisfied with those 3. There's a 2 there. And a big clump of mines there. That's nice. Uh-oh. We have the wall and we have the buffer of 2. That means that it's a 50-50. And again, I guessed wrong. It's unbelievable how many times I get that wrong. But there's just no way of knowing. There's a little 1-2-1 pattern you don't really have to think about at all. Oh, and a 6, that's good. There's a lot of mines that we can tick off there. Let's see now. It is a 1-2-2-1, and whereas a 1-2-1 pattern, the one that's directly next to the 2 is the safe one. In a 1-2-2-1 pattern, it's the ones directly next to the 2 that aren't safe. And again, you can kind of work that out logically, just by the way that the ones are positioned. So, that's got to be safe. We know that the second mine for this number 2 has to go away from this number 2, otherwise there'd be too many mines touching it. And it just so happens that it means that this 3 now has 3 mines touching it. So we're going to have to work our way around the board. Hopefully we can go over the top this way and work out the rest in a minute. Oh, there's a big section of open space. That's not necessarily the best. It would be good if there were a couple of mines up here that were easy to get rid of, because now it just means that they're scattered about elsewhere. But we're still just about ticking along. Okay, so the fourth one is either here or here, but it can't be both, otherwise we'd have 5, right, for this number 2. So the second mine has to be either here or here, and that satisfies this number 1. Kind of a similar thing here, this 3 means that 2 of its mines must have to go as far away from the 1 as possible. And now we've reached that critical point again. I reckon it's gotta be, yeah, okay. Let's hope that that bit of luck carries us on much, much, much further. Well, hopefully to the end, because I don't know about you, but I am getting tired and I want to go to sleep. I am also filming this at 11 o'clock at night, so I am tired. Let's keep going up this way. There's the 2. And it's going to be tricky up there. If there's a path up this way, then that would be good, but it could be that we need to do a little bit of guesswork. I don't know, maybe there's a path. There is a path. Ah, excellent. Okay. That's good. That one has to be there. Now, is this corner going to behave itself? Yes, it is. Excellent. And we just need a bit more good luck down here, which we've sort of got. And okay. Well, I can't see there being any more issues. We've done it at last. We cleared. How many mines was that? 120. Not quite 150, but I'll take it. Are you still up, or have you already drifted off to sleep? Did I win, or did you win? Let me know. And I'll see you in the next video.